Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders, the great millstone, rule web, and the great example to the young brothers in the truth, and peace and blessing to the hopeful elect, and Lord willing this edifying lesson. And this from Natural News, National Black Farmers Association warns food shortage inevitable unless the government steps in. And we know that the government is not going to step in to save you people, man. The government is against you. The government been waged war against the citizens of America and all these other countries as well, man, because they are thinning out the herd, the sheeple, you know, the useless eater, so to speak. They want to get rid of. It's an agenda, you know, to get rid of um majority of the people on the earth, and this is going to be one of the avenues. That's why you keep hearing about food shortages and all these things. Well, let's read a little bit of it. It say the NBFA, the National Black Farmers Association, warned that Americans will soon find grocery shelves empty if Biden administration will not do nothing to bring down the cost of fuel and fertilizer. John Boyd Jr., the NBFA president, told Fox and Friends first last week that the government administration isn't taking enough isn't talking enough the polite about the um plight of what's going on with Americans. You have the high cost of fuel, fertilizer, and all of these upfront costs for America farmers, and we haven't done anything in place to fix that, he said, adding he is yet to hear back from the White House in a meeting that was promised. Boyd Boyd said if key officials will not intervene, the citizens could soon see evidence of a commodity shortage. What is a commodity shortage? Let's see what it say. See like it ain't pulling up. I wanna just select it. Ali, how they just they want a definition, is it? We know what it is, but damn, I'm trying to get a definition. It ain't. We know basically going into the necessities, your everyday goods that you need. That's what a commodity shortage is. Like it. Let's look up the word commodity. We know what a shortage is. Let's look up the word commodity. In 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 a in economic, a commodity is an economic good, usually a resource that has full or substantial fungibility, that is the market treats instances of the goods is equivalent or nearly nearly so with no regard to who produced them. The price of commodity goods is typically determined as a function of the market as a whole. Well established, um, well established physical commodities have actively traded spots in derivatives market. Commodity, raw material or primary agricultural products that can be bought and sold, such as copper or coffee. So commodities are resources, you know, fuel, food, uh, metals, precious metals, everything basically. That's what the commodities are. Resources, things that you use daily, and things not only that we use, but things that the company you work for need. You know, which is going to fuel inflation and hyperinflation ultimately. So like, let me go back to this. Um, Boyd said if back at the top of this right there. Boyd said if key officials will not intervene, the citizen could see evidence of a commodity shortage at their local grocery stores as empty shelves become increasingly common. According to him, the government would need to find a way to invest in infrastructure for farms and put more small scale farmers back into business. We are losing farmers every year that we don't take action. We're losing farmers every year that we don't take action, and that's going to help, but it is going to hurt us here at home. Boyd point out some farmers are forced to abandon crops as the cost of goods of produce food has surged. Fertilizer costs has increased this year by 30% as of May. Coming and this won't affect somebody who is small. You got a little garden that ain't gonna affect you, but these these big farms that they producing mass crops and shit, that's what's affecting. The shit you get at the store every day. Those that stuff that coming to the stores, that's what's gonna be affected. Your greens, your apples, and all that stuff is gonna be affected due to the fertilizer increase. And it's a 30% as of May, coming off an already steep 80% increase in 2021. Analysts expect that the figures will continue to climb due to international sanctions and exports. So, that's pretty much the point. You can go read it. The point being is that a food shortage is inevitable unless the government steps in, and we know that the government is not going to step in. They're going to do the will of the Lord. So let's get a couple precepts. This is the book of Second Exodus, chapter 2, Ezra chapter 16 and verse 18. It reads, verse 17, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days, the beginning of sorrows and great mourning, the beginning of famines and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils come? And is Israel still here today? No. Behold, famines and plagues, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendments. But for all these they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon the earth that they shall think themselves to be in good case. And even then shall evils grow upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. For many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape hunger shall the sword destroy. And the dead shall be cast out as dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them. For the earth shall be wasted, and the cities, the Lord, it say the earth everywhere, in America all the way to fucking New Zealand. Goddamn, it's gonna get bad in the earth, man. But it's gonna be the worst in America and in these so-called first world countries. You know, these Edomite ran countries gonna get the worst, man, because the Lord got a bone to pick with these devils, man. And the ones that escape the hunger, they that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. So like I read that, verse 24 was where I'm at. There shall be no man left to till the ground and to sow it. The trees shall give fruit, and who shall gather them? The grapes shall be ripened, and it's going into, that's how bad it's gonna get. It's gonna get like, what it's called? Damn, what is it called? I Am Legend. Yeah, it's gonna get like I Am Legend. Apocalyptic movies looking in these places where we live, man. Let's try to find some more precepts on famine. We just gonna type in famine. Let's see what pop up. Famine, extreme scarcity of food, and that's what they talking about. But let's keep going further. Let's see what they pull up. This the book of Matthew 24 and verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and pestilence, Salakia, and there shall be pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. And those are the signs of the end that the Lord was speaking of when he was on earth. Telling the disciples, they asked him what was gonna be the sign of that coming in the end of the world. He say these things are gonna be happening. And then after he said that, he say all these are just the beginning of sorrows, man. You know? So let me go to the blue letter and put in famine and see what, cause Salaki. Famine. But that's pretty much the point, really. I ain't gonna make it too long. I ain't gonna make it too long. You know. But we don't have nothing to worry about. Long as you doing what thus said the Lord, you doing the things pleasing to the Lord. He gonna protect us, man. You know. The Lord said, through King David, never have I seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging bread. You know. And what else the Lord say? In the day of tribulation, the Lord make a way to escape. So we ain't gotta worry about famine, but it's coming. We ain't gotta, you know, be worried about it to the point, where we shook up, because this is gonna be a mechanism that they force a lot of people that survive famine and still around to take their MOTB. People gonna run to get it. People gonna run to the concentration camps. You know, just to take it. That's why the Lord say, when I come, shall I find faith on the earth? And the answer is the Lord is going to find faith through his elect, but everybody else, they're going to lose faith in everything that they believe in. All the gods these people believe in, they're going to lose all faith in it. This Revelation 18 and 8, it say, therefore shall her plagues come in one day. death and mourning and famine. Her who? America. The article was to talking about Americans. There shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire, for strong is the Lord that judgeth her. You know. So the Lord is finna judge this place. I'm gonna go and wrap it up. That's pretty much the point. This place finna get judged. There's plenty more precepts brother can put them. I'm getting ready to leave work and had a little time to do the lesson, so I just went into it real quick. But Lord willing, this was edifying. I want to end it giving all honor and glory to Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rekakwadash, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone Rule. We have been a great example to the younger brothers in the truth. And peace and blessing to the hopeful elect. And Shabbat Shalom.